How can we make the story come to life? You know, my mom is my hero when it comes to storytelling. It seemed like she was always teaching class when I was growing up, and she always made those stories come to life. Sometimes that was dressing up as a clown or using puppets. Often it was just using some different characters or using different props, using us kids involved in the story, being part of the lesson. From breaking bread to actually having tuna fish so we could smell what it was like to be in the belly of the whale. There was just something about that when my mom taught the lesson, I remembered it. I always remembered the story. So how can you help the story come to life? I want to share with you a couple tips today on how you could help create a story in your kids' ministry experience that the kids remember, that it comes to life, that there's a wow factor to it. You know, we want to make sure that we're not just telling stories from the Bible. We're not just talking God talk. We're not a talking head up front, but we're actually engaging the kids and helping them to remember it, helping to stay in their hearts to remember who these characters are, and more importantly, what God did in their lives, and that God will do the same for them. So let me encourage you with a couple ways that you can help keep your story stay alive. First off, use whatever resources you have. If that's props, if that's decorations, if that's clips from videos, whatever that is that'll help the story come to life, do it. Maybe that's squirting the kids with water so they can experience what a storm is like, or giving them a cracker so the mouth gets dry as they experience going through the wilderness with the Israelites. But helping that experience come to life through some kind of a prop or an activity helps them remember it more than anything else. Pray for ideas. You know, my mom used to get her best ideas in the morning shower. She'd get up Sunday morning, take a shower, realize, I'm not ready. Pray, God would give her an idea. Off she would go. Okay, sometimes that inspirational Holy Spirit will help you a lot. Beyond that, though, I would say know your story. Take time to read that lesson ahead of time. Let it begin to just sit inside of you and begin to stir in your spirit so ideas can come out of that. Know the whole story and make sure you tell the story correctly. Don't get confused on how many times Israelites walked around Jericho. Make sure you know your story. Additionally, I would challenge you to look for other resources. What are other people doing? Whether that's looking at catalogs or online or talking to other people on social media, talking to other kids leaders, find out what they do. Let it begin to challenge you. In fact, I would encourage you to get our lab on creating a fresh ministry, on how to create a fresh experience for those kids. It'll give you all kinds of tips to help you along the way. Hey, I just want to remind you that it's so important that we help create a story that comes alive to those kids as they hear about who Jesus is and how he has a plan for their life. Hey, this is Pastor Tony reminding you to keep your kids' ministry fresh.